Crisis calls in Oklahoma tripled since the 988 line started 2 years ago. Leaders of 5 tribes are cooperating on hunting and fishing licenses and a plan to upgrade a public housing area in Oklahoma City. This is the KGOU PM NewsBrief for Tuesday, July 16th. I'm Deborah Ashar. Exactly 2 years ago, 988 replaced the original National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. It's a shorter number and easier for people in crisis to remember. Oklahoma Public Media Exchange's Sierra Pfeiffer reports on what the change has meant for Oklahomans.
If you dial or text 988 on your phone, the call center you're connected to depends on your number's area code. And if you live in Oklahoma, you can expect an average answer speed of 11 seconds. Tony Selter is the chief of statewide crisis for Oklahoma's Department of Mental Health. He says before 988, the state usually received fewer than 2,000 calls per month. Now it reports more than 6,000. While Selter is impressed with 988's progress, he says there's still more to be done.
It's a great intervention, but it's not a magic wand. It's going to take the whole system still working together and continuing to grow.
Over the last 2 years, millions of people have contacted 988 in moments of crisis. In Oklahoma City, I'm Sierra Pfeiffer.
Governor Kevin Stitt is at the Republican National Convention in Milwaukee, touting his conservative agenda for Oklahoma. Stitt spoke about Oklahoma's school choice tax credit, COVID policies, and commitment to traditional gender norms. He was especially proud of signing the Save Women's Sports Act during remarks at a policy fest hosted by the Heritage Foundation on Monday.
The Washington Post called me and Governor, you signed this controversial bill. And I was like, it's really not controversial in Oklahoma. We know the difference between boys and girls.
Stitt says he's, quote, pushing back on liberal energy, education, and economy policies, which are crucial for protecting Oklahoma's ethics. The Heritage Foundation is the far-right organization behind Project 2025. An agreement reached by an intertribal council of the 5 tribes makes it easier for their citizens to hunt and fish. Oklahoma Public Media Exchange's Sarah Lisi reports that wildlife management efforts are also expected to be enhanced.
Hunting and fishing rights have been vital to indigenous communities for generations. That's why leaders of the 5 tribes are creating a new 5-tribe wildlife management reciprocity agreement. Under the agreement, tribal citizens of the Chickasaw, Choctaw, Cherokee, and Muskogee nations will honor hunting and fishing licenses issued by these tribes in their respective nations. This will soon be the case for the Seminole Nation. Most tribal membership cards can serve as credentials. Non-Indigenous Oklahomans can also hunt or fish on the lands of the participating tribes with valid state-issued hunting and fishing licenses. In Oklahoma City, I'm Sarah Lisi.
This reciprocity agreement follows Governor Kevin Stitt's refusal to renew state and tribal hunting and fishing compacts in 2022. Oklahoma City wants to revitalize its oldest public housing complex and the area around it. Oklahoma Public Media Exchange's Kate Kelly has more on the 2-year planning process.
Will Rogers Courts opened in 1937 and lacks modern amenities like shower heads and central AC. The apartments serve some of the city's poorest residents and have made headlines for shootings. The Oklahoma City Housing Authority wants to improve the area with help from the city. Housing Authority Executive Director Mark Gillett has big dreams for the Stockyards and South Rotary Park neighborhoods.
So new housing, new community centers, new amenities in the park.
If the plan moves forward, current residents of Will Rogers Courts will be temporarily relocated and given first pick of new units. Ann Gillett says their rent won't increase. In Oklahoma City, I'm Kate Kelly.
Neighborhood residents are being asked to complete a community needs survey. The next presentation about the project for locals will be held in early August. You can find more Oklahoma news on our website, kgou.org, and on the KGOU AM NewsBrief podcast. I'm Deborah Ashar.
Here at Shortwave Space Camp, we escape our everyday lives to explore the mysteries and quirks of the universe. We find weird, fun, interesting stories that explain how the cosmos is partying all around us. From stars to dwarf planets to black holes and beyond, we've got you. Listen now to the Shortwave Podcast from NPR.